Neumorphism, also known as soft UI, is a design style that blends realism with minimalism. It mimics the look of physical surfaces using subtle shadows, highlights, and depth, creating a tactile, almost touchable interface. Think of buttons that feel like they are molded into the slide, charts that gently rise off the canvas, and dashboards that look clean but dimensional. So why use it in PowerPoint? For the simple reason that it elevates your visuals. Neumorphism adds polish without clutter, making your slides feel modern, intuitive, and professional. Whether you are designing dashboards, mockups, or storytelling layouts, this style helps your audience focus while making your presentations look like it belongs to a high-end app. In this video, I'll be showing you 5 distinct Neumorphic styles that you can build in PowerPoint without any plugins or coding, just smart design. First, we will look at classic light, then we will look at dark mode, then we will look at frosted glass, fourth one is monochrome, and the last one is color pop. This is all done natively in PowerPoint, so no images are involved, just plain old shapes, shadows, and gradients. Before I talk about settings, it would be useful to have some grounding in how gradients and shadows work in PowerPoint. I have done a deep dive about those two topics in my previous videos, so I will link them in the description. If you get time, have a look at those to get a good understanding of what I'm going to show you. But if you just want to watch and enjoy, let's dive in. Let's start with classic light style. This is the most recognizable form of neumorphism, with soft shadows, light gray backgrounds, and subtle depth. So let's look at what's going on here. So we have a chart here on top, which is just a regular area chart. Let me put this aside. Then here we have 2 rectangles with rounded corners. Let's look at the settings for this first shape. So I'm going to right click on format shape. For the fill, we have this light shade of blue gray here. If I click on effects, this is where the magic happens. For this top rectangle, I have used this shade of blue with 80% transparency. The size of this shadow is 100%, so it's default. Then the blur factor is 10 points. Angle is 45 degree, so the shadow falls this way, and the distance is 6 points. So the shadow goes up to a distance of 6 points from the shape. To complement this shadow style, we have this one in the background. This is slightly different. So we have the white color for the shadow color with a transparency of 60%. Blur is 20 points, so that's a lot larger. Angle is opposite of this one here. So the 45 degree angle has a shadow that goes in this direction. 225 will take it in the opposite direction. Imagine a light source in this top left corner. So the areas closer to the light source would lit up with this white color, and the area away from it would have a darker shadow. And because we have this background slightly bluish gray, the shadow needs to be in the tint of that bluish gray, which is why I have used a dark blue color for the shadow and not a black color shadow. One additional setting I have for this shape is the glow setting. So I have used a glow of white color with 10 points. So it gives us that halo effect to create the highlight in the top left corner. Putting it all together, it creates an illusion of a button on this surface. So if you wanted to use this style in your presentations, all you have to do is copy these 2 rectangles, paste them onto a new slide, match the background with the shape fill color of the top rectangle, and then put your content on top of it, like so. And you have classic light neumorphism in your presentations. Next up, we have dark mode. Now that you have seen how this works with classic light style, this should be easy to understand. So dark mode is perfect for tech night themed presentations. It's sleek, modern, and surprisingly easy to build. Similar to the classic light mode, we have 2 shapes on top of each other. Let me set this chart aside. The top shape uses this dark gray as a background. Then we have shadow settings. It uses the exact same logic as the classic light, except all the colors are darker. For the bottom rectangle, these are the settings. The blur factor here is slightly smaller, but the distance is a lot higher. The glow is with this black or dark gray color, and rest all is exactly same. So the process is also same. If you want to mimic this look, you just have to copy these two rectangles and put your content on top of it. Just make sure the colors that you choose for the content are these almost neon-like bright and vibrant colors. The brighter and neon-like your colors are, the more they will pop. Additionally, you can also go stealth by using really low contrast gray tones like this dark mode text here. Then we have frosted glass. As the name suggests, we are trying to create a frosted glass look for this dashboard. Frosted glass is for futuristic look and feel. So things like high tech or healthcare can use this aesthetic. Here, in addition to just using shadows, we also have a gradient going on. Let me set this chart aside. Let's look at this top shape here. Under shape fill, you can see we have a radial gradient applied to this shape. So the source of this radial gradient emanates from this top left corner, which is this plain white color. And as it goes away radially towards this side, it becomes this light blue. Then we head over to the shadow settings. For the shadow color, we have this light gray background, and all these settings are right here. We also have a slight glow applied to it with a transparency of 80%. For the bottom shape, let's look at this shape fill here. For this shape too, we have applied radial gradient with some transparency. In terms of shadow settings, they are identical except the angle changes. So for this one, the angle is 225 degrees and this one is 45 degrees. That's frosted glass. Next up is monochrome. Monochrome strips away all the color for a minimalist, print-friendly version. As you can see, we don't have any colors on this one. It's all gray or shades of gray. If I set this chart aside, we have two shapes as usual. The bottom one has super low contrast compared to the background. These are the shadow effects. The top one stands out a little more. The goal is to have a very low contrast and this soft UI feel to it. This is also one of my favorites. And the last one is color pop. This style adds vibrancy while keeping the soft tactile feel. I have used 3 different colors for the background, but you don't have to use that in your presentations. This is just as an example. You can basically run with one color for all the backgrounds and then just change the colors for your content on top of it. I just wanted to show you how different colors look. This style is great for educational or youth focused content. Here are the settings for this pink top rectangle. These are the shadow settings. So for the shadow color as well, I have used a shade of pink color. We don't have any glow for this one. For the background rectangle, these are the settings. For these other ones as well, the shadow settings are exactly same, only the color changes. Pretty straightforward. And that's it for this one. So which style was your favorite? Let me know in the comments. If this video does well, I will cover Apple's new liquid glass UI in PowerPoint. I've got more tutorials coming soon, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow designers. Keep creating, keep presenting.